What's going on, fellas? A little different. I know it's almost lunchtime today, so I need to make sure you pay attention without wanting to get involved in what I'm doing.
The pandemic really hasn't altered the material that I'm delivering in my history class, for example, or even in our religion class. In fact, it's making there more opportunities to teach some of the material. For example, in religion class, we're talking about Catholic social teachings. Well, in this pandemic world, there's many topics to talk about. In history class, my colleagues and I that teach the grade 8 history are working on how we are adapting and learning to teach it in new ways through technology. So it's really just enhanced the way in which we're delivering it. And we've had to pick and choose certain elements, but for the most part, we're trying to link it more to what's happening in their lives today.
Well, St. Mike's has to be one of the very first schools that made it really clear that they were going to keep the programs and the curriculum going post-COVID-19. Public school system took weeks before they were actually able to pull together online learning. So that's the first thing. They were first out of the gates to keep the students' school experience as consistent as possible. And the second thing is they're providing a relatively full schedule.
I don't think the pandemic has really affected the curriculum at all. St. Mike's has done an amazing job. They missed one day of school, and then on the Tuesday they started up with the Zoom classrooms, and Justin's been sitting at the kitchen table every morning from 8:30 till 12:30 doing his classes. They've had quizzes and projects and poetry to write, and the music teacher even managed to get all of their instruments home, hand delivered to our houses, so we haven't even missed a trumpet practice.
It's cool how all the teachers have adjusted differently to using Zoom instead of in person. Like earlier today, Mr. GIANCOLA made a soup and a salad and compared it to the immigration policies in Canada and the US.
Imagine these were people, the ingredients. Both of them symbolize multiculturalism, don't they? If each ingredient was a different culture of people, the only difference is one, we can taste all the ingredients and see them. We allow the ingredients to still keep their look, but it's still multicultural. If the salad was a country, it would be like Canada. Canada is a country that allows people, through our laws, through our customs, our traditions, to keep its own unique experiences. Each bite, each ingredient changes the flavor of the salad, but it's important. In a soup, there's still different ingredients, different cultures, but they're like a melting pot.
I think St. Mike's is doing a great job at allowing kids to interact with one another. It is definitely hard that we can't see each other in person now, and nor are we as active as we were before. But I'm still happy we can still finish the school year doing mostly all the work that we would do in class. So yeah, I think they're doing a great job.
I think the teachers have been very positive through the whole thing, delivering curriculum in a way that feels as normal as possible. And when you add to it things like EDSB and the other resources that keep the kids on schedule and on track, I think the school's doing a great job. I think they're doing the best job they could possibly do in such a short amount of time to get the school year back up and running so we can finish the year.
Thanks to the Zoom classroom, they can actually interact and see what's going on. They call on students individually to make sure everyone's paying attention. The classes have been imaginative and interactive. Like we saw with Mr. GIANCOLA's class, they're putting together a salad and soup to explain the immigration policy of Canada versus the US. I think it's been fantastic. I think we're really lucky.
So throughout this whole process, the one thing that I learned and know about St. Mike's has to do with the fact that I teach grade 8 history, and in that unit we take some time in September to go over the history of our school, the history of St. Mike's. And as a history teacher, I can tell you that the one thing about St. Mike's is since 1852, when we were created, when there have been issues, we've always evolved. We've survived 2 world wars, the Spanish flu, and I'm sure that how we taught, our curriculum, our pedagogy has evolved with the times. And I think it's a great testament to who we are as an institution and what kind of teachers we have and families come to St. Mike's. So I'm sure that this is just another evolution of how we are as an educational institute.